Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. I'm the author of the blog The Simple Home Place, and today I wanted to share with you 2 dollar store DIYs for fall. In the past, I have not decorated much for fall, and mostly because I like to keep things at a minimum as far as storing things and clutter. But this year, one of my goals or whatever is to decorate my space. I haven't prioritized that in the past, mostly because, my kids were young and having little things out for them to get into wasn't really feasible. But now that they're a little bit older, I can start to decorate our space again. And this year I wanted to incorporate more fall decor, more really rich tones and really pretty things because it makes me happy. And living here in Florida, we don't really get a true fall. And that is one thing that I really do miss about the Midwest, because we get the beautiful fall colors. So instead, I'm going to make my own fall and forget that it's 120 degrees outside and make my space inside look how I want it to. And like I said, it brings me a lot of joy. So hopefully you will get some inspiration out of this video. All of these supplies, or most of them, are from the Dollar Tree and some things that I had on hand, but you can make them yourself for really inexpensive. And they're just really beautiful. You can kind of see them in the back, at least one of them. So we're going to be making a pumpkin that has some faux flowers in it, as well as some cute little acorns. And yeah, you probably have a lot of these supplies on hand. Otherwise, head over to your local Dollar Tree and hopefully they have all of the fall stuff out. But let's get into how you can make these. Again, they're super easy, super quick, and super inexpensive. So let's get into it. So we are going to start with what I'm calling the DIY Pumpkin Floral Decor. And this is one of their metallic pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. Now, I just went back, I made this about a week ago, and I just went back and they had even more pumpkins available. They even have ones that are velvet, they have fabric covered ones. So if you want to skip the painting of this, you can go ahead and do that. But when I went, they did have those, but I just chose to go this because I had bought some paint that I thought would be really pretty and I wanted to paint them. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to basically carve the pumpkin. I'm just cutting around the top like you would if you were carving a real pumpkin, and I'm just going to scoop out the insides. And you want to do it probably about 2 inches deep or so, just to give enough room to get those stems in. But what we're going to do is first paint. I'm just using this folk art paint. I got it from Hobby Lobby. Use whatever acrylic paint that you want to. One note is that you do not want to spray paint these because spray paint will dissolve the styrofoam. So stay away from spray paint, stick with the acrylic, and you'll probably need a couple of coats of that. And then we're going to move on to adding our florals. Now, I got these florals also from the Dollar Tree, and I was actually really impressed. I thought the quality was pretty good. I mean, I've never bought florals from the Dollar Tree, but yeah, they had so many different colors and styles, and I thought they were all really beautiful. For this project in particular, these are the ones that I chose, and so I'm just using my needle nose pliers. They've got a little wire cutting part of that, but you could use regular wire cutters, tin snips, whatever you've got to cut the florals down. And then we're basically just going to stick them down into that hole. You'll probably need to trim your stems accordingly, but no glue necessary. Just shove them in there, arrange them however you see fit, and it'll turn out beautiful no matter what. And here is the final result. I'm so happy with how these turned out. I think they're super cute. I did them in a couple of colors, and they are a great addition to my fall decor this year. Moving on to these DIY acorns, I am starting off with some styrofoam eggs. I found these at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if they're a staple or not, but you could use any faux egg that you want. I know there's wooden ones. There's also other styrofoam ones that you can find in various places like Amazon. I can leave a link down below. But we are going to do the same thing to these that we did with the pumpkins, and that is to paint them. Again, do not use spray paint on these because the spray paint will dissolve the eggs. And they are a little bit slippery, so you'll probably drop these a few times. But I'm just gonna do 2 coats of paint, and I'm focusing on kind of the tapered end of the egg, because if you think about how an acorn looks, you've got a wider part on top and then it tapers down, and so that's what we're trying to mimic with this. You could paint the whole egg if you really wanted to, but I just focused on like the bottom 2/3. Again, I'm doing 2 coats of the acrylic paint, and then we're going to move on to yarn. You could use string, yarn, twine. I did a thinner yarn just because that's what I had on hand, but I would suggest maybe trying for a chunkier yarn. It'll fill in gaps a little bit better and the project will go a little faster, although these don't take that long. But I'm just adding a dab of glue on that wider end, or the bottom part of that egg, and we're just going to twist around the yarn, the twine, whatever, and just cover that top section, I guess, to mimic the look of the acorn. And so here is kind of what it looks like. I did it a couple of times around just to fill in gaps. Again, that's where I think the chunkier yarn would be a little bit better, but use whatever you've got. The point of these is to make them inexpensive, and if you've got some materials on hand, great, go ahead and use that. Then the final touch is just to add the stem, and I'm using a stick I found outside. You can use whatever you want. If you are using styrofoam eggs, you can add glue or not. I did glue, and then I kind of shoved it on in and trimmed it so that, you know, it was a little bit shorter, and that's it. Super easy, super inexpensive, and super cute. So I just added them to this little bowl that I also found at the Dollar Tree, and yeah, they are also a great addition to my fall decor. I hope this video gave you a little bit of inspiration for decorating for fall this year. You can definitely do it on a budget, and you can still create pieces for your home that are absolutely beautiful. And oftentimes you already have a lot of the materials on hand. Otherwise, you can get them very inexpensive at places like the Dollar Tree. I do have a few other videos that are all surrounding fall decor, and I actually have a playlist that I will link down below if you want to check those out. I will also be adding a lot more to that playlist as well as we go. So if you want to see more videos like this, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and hit that bell notification so that you're notified of all of my new uploads. Next week, stay tuned for some really fun fall recipes. So I'm really excited about that. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.